It's better. So here's Dr. Maria Skylas Kozakos. She's apparently a Russian who attended school in New South Wales. Obama likes to joke he doesn't know what he's saying, but in English he knows what he's saying.
Vanadium Redox fuel cells.
Vanadium redots the fuel cells. Stabs the women to make new fuel cells.
Fortunately, the company has some expertise in this area.
This is a horrible irony.
Redox Battery, Dr. Maria
You should check out the
Skylas
population of
is
Russia.
Professor Emeritus at the University of New South Wales and a key member of the company's
Look how tall
advisory
she
board.
is.
Dr. Skylas Kozakis' involvement is a clear indicator of the significant role that the Lac Dore and INT
The same
deposits
company
have played
that's
in the
conspiring to
development
kill
of
all
the
Saudis is conspiring to kill the head doctor of their battery invention,
renewable energy and grid level storage.
the Vanadium Redox, which I don't like the word redox, but Redox Battery. And they're actually conspiring to kill their biggest customer, single customer, and their lead scientist.
A lot of batteries are limited in how many cycles you can do because they undergo
You can
changes in the
flip back
materials
to
and solid materials every time you
130 to see this.
Unlike
And
gold, silver, or even
The joke here, I'm going to go back to this
the
one,
Lac
see?
Dore was first discovered by
They're basically saying no door project. They're making sure that there are no doors to this. They're trying to keep this science a secret until they've destroyed all the other races, because vanadium makes metals strong enough. Both titanium for the SR-71s, it was necessary for the SR-71s in the 1960s, and it's also necessary to make steel and stuff that can puncture the earth, make tunnels, and make a better future. But they're wanting to limit it to themselves because they've been hunting down and killing all the scientists around the earth that discovered it before the 1960s when they rediscovered it. This is the same conspiracy with porcelain. Porcelain has a crystalline structure on the inside that makes it a thermal insulator, but there's a conspiracy for the United States to reinvent it using aluminum and other things, and they haven't been able to reduplicate the crystal process that was achieved organically through organic chemistry.
the government of Quebec in the 1960s. This layered igneous day,
So they say it sticks together, it's really easy to find,
vanadium is a crucial element in many
but they've got
medical
3
alchemy.
guys, and the one who's trying to keep it a secret as a black box he stands on. It's like a secret tool of a 3-man team. It might be a good frequency for radar or for the whispering, but check out this. This is the one that fades out for Asia. They don't say Burj Khalifa in Dubai.
Vanadium is also used in hunting. Ever increasing design standards mean more demand for high strength steel.
That was probably their biggest single
Vanadium
customer,
is
and they
also
won't
used
even say
in
the
hundreds
name.
of other steel applications.
There are others that they named.
Hong Kong's Central Plaza.
See, Hong Kong Central
And the
Plaza.
countless new buildings being constructed
But
across
anything
the
in
country.
mainland Asia, in Russia, they're silent on. They killed all the Russians on the eastern side of the Asian continent. They're only willing to name Hong Kong a little island off the coast of China. Everybody in China dead, everybody in Russia dead. I mean, they're already gone. There's 80 million to 100 million dead people. New York Times says 100 million. But when I was a kid, they said 80 million dead Russians.
And military vehicles. Demand from the steel sector.
Yeah, this is true though. They killed 80 million. And this vanadium company is in on murdering all of them and being silent about it.
In particular, the arrival of the Vanadium Redox Battery looks set to radically increase global demand.
I want the
for
glass battery.
Norma is CEO of Ashlawn Energy up in Painesville. And it's a company that
Ashlawn is
provides
cremation.
multi-megawatt energy
Paineville,
storage
Russia.
using, and I have no idea what this is, Vanadium Redox fuel cells. That's one of the coolest things I've ever said out loud.
Fortunately, the company has some expertise in this area. The inventor of the vanadium
It's
redox
ridiculous.
battery,
This poor woman
Dr.
forced to
Maria
bleach her
Skylas
hair to stay
Kozakis,
alive,
is Professor
but she's
Emeritus
still
at the
smart enough
University of New South
to
Wales
invent the fucking
and a
battery
key
for
member
them.
of the company's advisory committee. Dr.
They did that to
Stanley's practice in
Shakira
Baltimore
also.
is a clear
Best
indicator
voice
of
and
the
just
significant
really
role
talented, beautiful
that the
mind
Lac Doré and IMT
from
deposits
Mexico and
can
South
play
America.
in the development of the VRB and other green technology. The VRB is a game changer in the arenas of renewable energy and grid. IMT deposits can play in the development of the VRB and other green technology.
This might be the
is a clear indicator of the
saltwater
significant role
battery.
that the Lac Doré and IMT deposits can play in the development of the VRB.
This is something I've seen with freshwater and saltwater and passing them next to each other, and there being a charge between the two. And so it's not actual tanks, it's ocean water. Power for coastline cities using vanadium. And vanadium is part of the osmosis screen or whatever that is able to collect a charge from the differential electropotential between salt water and neutral distilled water. There's an actual distilled charge that they say that they can recover. And that's a diagram of what it would look like, to be honest.
And other green
That's a
technology.
saltwater battery.
The VRB is a game changer in the arenas of renewable energy and grid-level storage. All of us are familiar with the lithium battery found in our mobile phones and notebook computers. Lithium batteries gradually lose their ability to retain a charge and cease to work after a few hundred cycles.
A lot of batteries are limited in how many cycles you can do because they undergo changes in the materials, in the solid materials. Every time you cycle it changes its form and it eventually becomes inactive, so you can't keep on recycling it.
In contrast, the electrolyte solution in the VRB is inert to charge-discharge cycling. Its cycle life is theoretically limitless, and energy can be stored for an indefinite period of time.
Energy storage is going to be a critical component.
It's salt water and it's distilled water.
We're very confident that the vanadium battery is going to play an important role.
There is a storage limit, but if you're pumping it straight from the ocean, there would be very few problems. Minerals, of course, but not with the charge.
In Japan and the US,
I hate
utilities
you.
companies can use VRB technology to optimize electricity supply. VRBs can store electricity during non-peak times and can provide this electricity during peak times. VRBs also have the advantage of
It's like an
producing no
electrolytic
emissions.
battery.
So unlike conventional power stations, VRBs can be located within towns and cities.
Well, it's just ridiculous. This company is actually mocking and helping kill its inventor is a Russian woman, and so they're like dead on the entire China, all the way through the Saudi Peninsula back to Lithuania. And yet their supposed mine is located over in Canada. The locked door place. I mean, seriously. And because there's some sort of secret that's going to help make the Masons a great race in the future, as long as they destroy all the past. But they don't understand that the deserts exist because of them. The sooner they start trying to repair the earth, the better, because they're unable to repair anything they've ever done. They're able to mask things, plaster things. But I've yet to see anybody, except for the Asians, which they promised to murder all of them, restore a desert. Everybody else is too lazy to do the work. Asians and Arabs will go out into a desert and work a shovel, recover the Qumran scrolls, the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they'll do all the stuff that the white scientists refuse to do.